Cruz here. Welcome to the NBA here on 2K Sports. It's Sunday night basketball. It's going to be the Indiana Pacers up against the Portland Trail Blazers. And now we send you out to Kevin Harlan and the rest of the 2K crew. I'll see you at the half.
Ladies and gentlemen, H to the Izzo.
Hello, basketball fans. You've got it on 2K Sports as we get set to bring you an exciting NBA basketball game. This is Kevin Harlan with Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg and our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. A quick check now of the starting lineups for both teams. And one of the players we'll be seeing in this one, Robin Lopez.
Lopez is a physical 7-footer, a guy who provides that size inside, and really a high-energy guy. Can get himself into foul trouble because he plays so hard, but you love his aggressiveness.
Yeah, not as skilled offensively as his brother Brooke. Robin's more of a lunch pail guy, I think. Here in Portland, we have an interconference matchup with the Blazers looking to create some cheers for this home crowd. The Pacers beat them last time when these two teams met in Indiana. And so with that loss, evening the series up here at 1-1, we look to this game to decide who has the upper hand in this matchup.
Now, Kevin, I'm all for aggressive defense, but they were over the top in that game and wound up in a lot of foul trouble.
Well, Steve, you and I both know it, Kevin as well. There's a difference between being aggressive and being reckless. Clearly, they were the latter.
Yeah, the referee's all over that one.
No doubt about it. Clearly a foul. Nothing to argue about there.
The Pacers shooting their first free throws of this one.
Well, pretty good numbers this season at the line for this club, right around 78% as a team.
And comparing to the numbers of last season, they've made a bit of improvement. So that's some positive momentum they can look to build on.
He misses the free throw. And the second free throw, good. So for the Trailblazers, their last game, a loss to the Spurs in San Antonio.
Yeah, they gave away a lot of points at the free throw line in that game. Maybe it was being on the road. Maybe they were just out of sync, but something had them rattled.
Steve, I don't know if it was the biggest reason for that loss, but clearly the misses from the stripe had an impact.
And the Pacers with possession here. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of Miami.
It was not a very inspired performance for them, particularly defensively. I thought, they gave the hostile crowd a lot to cheer about, frankly.
Yeah, they allowed a lot of free runs to the hoop, a lot of open jumpers, and in the end, the opponent's shooting percentage was right through the roof, and you can't win when that's the case.
Very well done. He is a confident, dynamic scorer.
Well, Doris, an interesting game. Moments ago, you had a chance to talk with head coach Frank Vogel. What do you have to say?
Yes, Kevin, and he said their preparation for this game was all about defense. Going up against one of the premier offensive teams in the NBA, he said, listen, it's a challenge that we need to embrace. Nobody can do it by themselves. It's got to be a collective effort. Guys, we'll see if they can put the brakes on this high-scoring team. It's never easy.
All right, Doris, thanks. And it seems they have planned wisely for a matchup like this against a team that scores so proficiently.
Well, you can't just ignore the firepower they've got. I mean, you got to plan for it. Map out a strategy, get guys shots, and see if you can get your team some momentum.
Well, if you don't do that, Steve, then you'll get burned. I mean, sounds like they're prepared for the challenge, though.
The first free throw is good. He hits both from the stripe. About a minute and a half through the first quarter. Lillard outside. With the lead pass. And it's Lopez. That time on the assist by Lillard.
Oh, Maestro, he is so good at making those lead passes, like conducting an orchestra.
Hill against Lillard. Hill passes to George. The feed now to West. Just 5 on the clock. The 8-footer. That's good. West has got his first basket of the night.
My, he is so adept at finishing in the low post.
If you're just tuning in, we played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. Lillard attacking into Lopez. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Well, coaches love him because of the hustle he's continually showing out on the floor. And I think where you really see it most is on the offensive boards.
And guys, he plays a tough brand of basketball. His biggest tool and asset is his strength, and he uses it every time down the court.
That's good from Lopez. Indiana making some changes. Mahinmi's checked in for Hibbert. And it's Luis Scola in for David West. And he can't hit the second. On defense, Portland trailing by 2. Here's Stevenson. Damian Lillard pulls it in. Trailblazers have gone 2 or 3 here to start out the game. On the wing, the 2. Back to Lillard. Lillard gets the screen from Lopez. Lillard misses.
Boy, that's a surprising miss right there. He usually feasts on those wide open opportunities.
Hill dishes to Stevenson. It's back to Hill. Kicks it to Stevenson. Pass to Mahinmi. Lopez is there. Lets it go from the wing. Mahinmi's shot is good. Mahinmi's got his first basket. There's 42 seconds left in the first quarter. Hill against Lillard. Banked in off the glass.
You know, they've scored several times already here in the first quarter down low. I like that.
Yeah, me too, Clark. I think anytime you have success pounding the ball inside, you got to continue to go to the well.
Now, here is George, averaging 22 points a game. 1 second separate in the shot clock and game clock. Now, here's Stevenson. He's covered by Matthews. Out of bounds, Portland takes possession.
I'll tell you what, wandering aimlessly out of bounds like that might earn him a ticket to the bench.
Here's Williams. Can't get it to go. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Pacers lead by 2. And the second quarter will get underway just after this short break. And we welcome you back to more NBA action. Players looking hydrated and plenty of Gatorade to help them get their job done tonight. Let's quickly break down the game we've seen from the Pacers so far, guys.
Just the start they wanted to this game. Solid offense. They got good ball movement. They established a nice rhythm.
Yeah, not stagnant at all. Free-flowing and fluid at the offensive end.
On the court for the Pacers as our second quarter gets underway. Mahinmi is out there with Scola. Then it's Evan Turner, Lance Stevenson, and it's Watson in at the point guard. And it's the Pacers with the ball, following the miss by LaMarcus Aldridge. Indiana moving the ball around. There's the screen. Turner fires, and too long on the shot.
That's a tough one there because he's wide open. That's a shot he expects to make.
And Williams, here we go. A 3 from Matthews. Good. And a nice assist for Williams. Matthews has got the second quarter going with the first basket of the period for the Trailblazers. Watson kicks to Turner. Left side, Turner. The jump hook, and no good. Trying to use the glass. Portland leading. Wesley Matthews on the wing. Turner covering. He dishes it to Williams. 6 on the shot clock. The Trailblazers need to get off a shot. Here's Aldridge. Aldridge can't get that one to fall.
Boy, we don't see that too often. No defender on him, and he just clanks the open jumper.
Now, here's Stevenson. Tight defense on him. He kicks to Watson. Dishes it to Mahinmi. Outside Turner. Right side Turner. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. The Pacers shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. That free throw good from Turner. And Indiana making a change here. Hibbert's checked in. All free throws good from Turner. Portland trailing here. Matthews sets a screen for Williams. Foul call. Looked like that he didn't get there in time, and he'll shoot free throws. Now let's jump over to the 2K leaderboard to get an idea of which big men have been this season's most elite low post scoring threats. 3rd is LaMarcus Aldridge.
And there are different styles among those big men, but they have one thing very much in common. They can dominate offensively, face up or back to the basket. They can get it done.
And that's what makes that list so intriguing to me, Steve, just how varied it is in terms of technique each of those big men use. I mean, you could fill a textbook by taking a little piece of each of their games. I mean, they all do something different and unique and do it well.
And the Trailblazers making a change here. Robinson's checked in. And both free throws good for Williams.
You know, he's as close to a sure thing as you can possibly have when he steps to the line.
Watson, the pass to Hibbert. Turner. There's the dish to Stevenson. West trying to free himself up. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Stevenson's got his first points in this one. For Portland, they've gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. Robinson sets a screen for Williams. Williams double team. Robinson dishes to Williams. Up top, Batum. Back to Williams. From deep three-point range. They get the rebound. Robinson. And terrific work on the offensive glass, and he picks up 2.
And these two teams continuing to trade blows like heavyweights in the middle of the ring.
So many times tonight, the energy in this building has gone from one way to the other.
So the Pacers call timeout, their first of the game. As the playoffs near, let's take a look at the Eastern Conference standings. You look at Indiana. What a run they've had this year. In first place and charging seemingly at will toward the postseason. These guys have been outstanding. And, of course, the Miami Heat right on their heels and with their sights set on gaining ground.
Looking at Indiana, they've been just as tough as everybody expected coming into this season. I mean, one of the teams with a legit chance, in my mind, to win it all.
And with the playoffs rapidly approaching, Clark, I mean, this is what you work all season for. They've got to be excited and prepared for the challenge.
Here is Watson, following the basket by Thomas Robinson. Good on the shot.
Boy, that was impressive. Major height disadvantage, but he still got the shot up over his man.
Well, he's got the poise to handle any matchup, and he's not easily intimidated. You could see that there.
The Pacers have shot a good percentage from the free throw line so far. They've made 5 out of 6. And Watson no good on that one. Portland's gone 1 of 2 on 3-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Outside Matthews. Passes it to Williams. Left side Williams. Pass to Batum. Just his first attempt. No up. Great D that time from Watson. Indiana leading.
And no need to rush it. They can play for one shot.
And I think they should wait till about the 5-second mark to go for it.
Stevenson off the pick from Watson. And Stevenson kicks to Hibbert. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. Hibbert's got 5.
Very high-quality shot. Can't get enough of those.
Close game as we wrap up the second quarter. It's the Pacers up by 3. And we'll return shortly.
Now, presented by Sprint.
Welcome. I'm Damon Bruce. A great game going on out in Portland. The Pacers living up to their team moniker tonight, setting the pace in this one. Boy, it's a real treat to see 2 elite teams just battling for supremacy. Offensively, they're making it look ridiculously easy. Everything's falling. And battling nonstop, the Portland Trailblazers. They've done a great job closing out their defensive possessions, grabbing boards, great rebounding. Wesley Matthews has been getting it done through 2 quarters. Damian Lillard's also been a big contributor. And that'll be all for now. Thanks so much for joining us. The third quarter just about to get underway.
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
Here we go now, the start of the third quarter, welcoming you back in a closely contested first half so far. You have to like what we're seeing from Roy Hibbert.
Yeah, and you know the numbers aren't that gaudy when you look at the box score. It's more about his energy and his impact.
You know, sometimes the stats can be misleading, but he certainly has been a big factor.
And now let's check out the lineup.
Oh, get it! Oh, watch out now. Tell you what, he's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Absolutely insane with that dunk.
Well, now they're starting to rub it in, aren't they? Have build up a lead, and here we go, folks. It's showtime.
And why not? I mean, the more plays they make like that, the more they'll have these guys on the ropes.
Now, here's Lillard. Aldridge, the pass to Matthews. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Easy call there.
No question about that one. You could hear the impact from where I am.
It's his first trip to the line. Free throw, good. Matthews. Both free throws good for Matthews. Pacers leading by 3. Hill with it. Lillard picks him up. Hill dishes to Stevenson. It's back to Hill. He passes to Stevenson. Beyond the arc. An offensive rebound. And it's Hibbert missing. The Trailblazers shooting 38% from the field. A pretty weak showing for them. Batum fires. Not wasting any time and taking the shot and knocking it down.
Yeah, he's a bomber. I mean, that's what I love about him. He's as good a three-point shooter as you'll see. And, of course, has the green light to let it fly anytime he wants.
Also, guys, so often we see him playing possum at the defensive end. And then all of a sudden he springs into action, picks off a pass, and ignites the fast break.
Gets the bucket. Hill's got his first bucket in this one.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. I mean, defensively, the wind has just been knocked out of their sails.
Need to get more bodies committed down low.
So timeout called here, the first for Portland. Well, traditionally, many of the great free throw shooters have come from the point guard ranks. Here are the ones leading the league this year. Damian Lillard, third.
They are as reliable at the free throw line as you're going to find in this league. And that's something we've come to expect from the point guard position.
Yeah, that is typically where we find a lot of the top foul shooters in the league, quite honestly. But that doesn't mean we should take these guys for granted now. I mean, they put in an enormous amount of work to get to that level.
Out of bounds, Indiana takes possession.
Well, while we have a chance, let's take a look at some numbers for Paul George. 5th in steals, 8th in free throw percentage, and he's in the top 15 in points per game, so he's a guy you have to account for defensively.
Steve, he's a real ace defensively for him when you take a look at his steals per game average. I mean, whether it's getting into the passing lanes or taking the ball from ball handlers, he does both really well.
As we close in on the start of the playoffs, let's see how the West is stacking up. Taking a look at San Antonio, they are the favorite right now to lock up the #1 seed come playoff time, sitting in first place right now and not looking like they, are going to be slowing down at all. And checking out Portland, just a few spots below there.
Seeing where the Trailblazers are, I mean, they put it all together this season, vaulting solidly into the playoff picture as the regular season winds down. And that makes them dangerous, as we all know.
And for a team that's made so much progress, it's important to make a dent come playoff time. They're not going to be satisfied just getting there, and they want to do some damage once they take part in the playoffs.
Now here is Aldridge. He hasn't scored yet, but I'm sure will change.
The turnaround jumper, that was a thing of beauty.
Lillard against Hill. There's the pass to George. West a screen on Batum, and George kicks it to West. No good. Now the Trailblazers take it the other way.
Obviously, they're evenly matched teams on the inside. The rebound numbers are very even.
Yeah, I've been impressed with just both teams' energy, just really working hard on the board.
Now, here's Lillard, averaging 20 points per game. Hit his foot. And it's whistled a kick. The Pacers making a change here. It's Williams with the drive. Shot clock at 6. He feeds it to Lillard. And it's blocked by Hibbert.
I'd like to see them go 2 for 1 here.
I would too. They need to make this a quick possession and a fruitful one too.
Hill passes to Hibbert. Some solid defense from Robinson. The Trailblazers have gone 2 of 3 from the field to start the second half. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Batum dishes to Lillard. Outside Williams. Robinson inside. Aldridge for the lead. And he tries off the glass, but it's no good. Here's Hill. And stolen by Aldridge. And we just finished the third quarter, and we've got a tight ball game here. Pacers lead by 1. And time to step aside quickly, but we'll be back in no time with the start of the fourth quarter. And we're set to start the action up here in the fourth quarter, and if it's anything like the first 3, we should be in for a treat. And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Pacers.
I thought maybe they'd cool off a bit at halftime, but they've just continued to shoot well.
They're taking care of business in the paint, too. Those are valuable points they've been getting down low.
And a look at the 5 for the Pacers to start the fourth quarter. At the 1 and 2, George Hill and Lance Stevenson. Scola out there with Mahinmi. And it's George in at the 3 spot. Outside Williams. Feeds to Aldridge. Stoll is there. Tries from 10. And misses it off the right side of the rim. Pacers leading by 3. Now here's Stevenson. LaMarcus Aldridge grabs the miss. Aldridge has got 4 rebounds now tonight. The feed to Batum to tie it up. Pacers with the rebound. Second shot opportunity. The bucket is good. He'll have a chance for one more. They get Luis Scola.
And he's one player who doesn't need a lot of space to get to the basket. He's really crafty. The way he can blast his way straight through traffic. He's really strong.
Another area where he excels is on one of the most fundamental plays in basketball, the pick and roll. He will lower the boom on the defender with a solid screen and then is terrific at rolling into space and getting the basket.
And it's tied up with that one. About a minute played here in the 4th quarter. Lillard against Hill. Kicks to Stevenson. On the wing, George. Just 5 to shoot. Left side, George. From 16 feet away, he cans it. And the Pacers lead by 2.
Whatever their plan was defensively that time, it didn't work. Not if it results in that shot.
Here's Aldridge. No good off the front iron.
Boy, they almost tied it up with that shot.
Boy, they're this close here in the 4th quarter, scrapping back into it.
Hill kicks it to West. Good. The assist goes to Hill. Now Batum. And we're around 2 minutes into the 4th quarter here. Pass to Lillard. Outside Matthews. Can't get it to go. Some solid defense from Mahinmi. Pacers leading by 4. George passes to Hill. 1:37 left here in the 4th quarter. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers will take it. Roy Hibbert's checked in for the Pacers. Now a timeout called by Portland. They're behind by 4. 1:32 left in the 4th quarter. And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
Yes, I had a chance to find out what the Trailblazers head coach was going over with his guys. He told them, guys, we're getting bogged down in the half court. Let's get out and run, see what's available in early offense. If there's nothing there, we can always back it out and run our sets. Good advice, Kevin.
Now, here's Lillard. Batum with the ball. George picks him up. Batum attacking. West with the block. They get it back. 5 to shoot. Here's Lillard. No luck. Hill with some nice D. Indiana leading by 4. There's a minute left to play here in the 4th. George dishes to Stevenson. He kicks to Hibbert. Indiana moving the ball around. And George, here we go. And he's knocked off course by the D. The foul call. He'll shoot free throws. It's on Damian Lillard. And that hurts as he doesn't get the first one to fall. Trying to focus now on the second. He's able to hit the second one, and that puts them up by 5.
Not as productive a trip to the line as he would have liked, but they're still in a pretty comfortable position.
Back to Aldridge. He dishes it to Matthews. Back to Aldridge. They get a hand on it, and that's an intentional foul. So the first one drops, and that increases their lead to 6. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 7-point game.
Those foul shots put them that much more in the driver's seat.
Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over. They're down by 7. 24 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Fourth quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by. Lillard from outside nails it, and now they trail by just 4. And now they foul and stop the clock.
That's right. No other option but to foul and hope for some misses.
Yep, you got to extend the game here. Try to keep that clock from moving.
It's the first, and that puts them up by 5. Second one is good. Hitting both at the line, and it's a 6-point ball game. Portland's gone 1 of 2 from 3-point range here in the fourth. With the fadeaway. Shot is off. Excellent D there from Hill. And they go to the intentional foul. First free throw is good, and that makes it a 7-point lead. And so both free throws are good, and it's an 8-point game. There's 10 seconds left in the fourth quarter. There's Williams with the 3. They get it back. From downtown, and that falls. So it's Indiana picking up the win. They pulled off this win, Clark, with respectable performances on both ends of the floor.
Yeah, I think it was just really a nice overall effort, Kevin.
Thanks for tuning in to the NBA on 2K Sports. For Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. We'll see you next time. And now, our Jordan player of the game, Paul George.